All right. So the topic I have for you today is, I think, quite interesting, and I look forward to your relationship to it and how you benefit from this. So it's about uh, protector energies. Some people call that guardian angels. I will be approaching this in this video from a multidisciplinary and interfaith perspective because there are so many philosophies and religions that have brought this idea to the world. And some people believe in literally distinct spiritual, non-physical entities that guard and protect them and guide them. Other people think of it more as a secular phenomenon, a psychological phenomenon. And I just want to let you know I have a document that I have given you below, well, in the description of this video, whether it's below this video or above. There's a document that you can go and look at the various perspectives from various faith traditions, as well as from a more psychological neuroscience perspective as well. And then the document also ends with some actionable um, things you might want to try to increase this sense of being protected and guided, and just more guarded, in a have a higher well-being basically, and have a source to help you with that, another source to help you with that. And so what you'll notice in the document is that it starts with a story. And I put this document together uh, based on using AI support. I almost want to say who doesn't these days, but I don't know. Maybe some people still don't. But I certainly enjoy exploring ideas and then kind of weaving ideas together with AI support. So I also asked AI to put together a story about a life coach who is who experiences protector energies in a particular situation that has to do with marketing. So I thought maybe you would enjoy the story in the document. Um, uh, and then also I want to mention that because the document has so many different perspectives, uh, a different perspective might resonate a lot with you versus somebody else. So I encourage you to be aware and sensitive to, as you're reading through the document, what idea or framework or perspective resonates with you particularly. It might not be the first one, might not be the second, might be something later in the document. Um, but whatever resonates with you, it might be your own spirit guide, perhaps, giving you a signal to pursue that idea even further. So whatever does resonate, do consider, looking into it more, looking into that particular faith perspective or philosophy or something, and how it relates to protector energies. Because I believe that the more you believe in, I mean, based on what I've studied in this document, it seems to be the case as well. The more you believe in some kind of protector energy, whether it's spiritual or secular, um, the more well-being you probably have, and the more, shall we say, resource you have, resilience resource you have as you go through life. So at this point, I am going to give you my perspective. But first, I encourage you to pause this recording if you want to, and then look at the document and read through it and see, like I said, notice if any particular perspective or set of perspectives really resonate with you. And if it does, if something resonates, I do encourage you to comment below and share with me, share with us what that is, because it does. Yeah, you might find some kindred spirits and maybe additional comments that might be helpful to you as well. So without further ado, I encourage you to pause this recording, look at the document, and then unpause it for my perspective. Okay, so I look forward to seeing if you want to comment below what parts of the document, what perspectives especially stood out to you, because, as I mentioned earlier, that might be your spirit guide uh, gently nudging you toward looking into something more so that it can, yeah, have a more beneficial effect in your life. So, what do I believe? What's my perspective on all this? I think for many years, I simply believed in the conscience. I don't even know if this document mentions that. Um, yeah, I think it mentions it once. It probably needs to say it more. I think the conscience, in my view, again, this is just my idiosyncratic spiritual perspective, and which may or may not resonate with you. Again, I please comment below on what does resonate with you. But I do believe that the conscience is this a very important conduit of spiritual guidance in our lives. When we are when we are able to hear it and not be traumatized by it, perhaps not be too resistant against it, but to hear it from a calm, grounded place. Our conscience is extremely valuable. And where do I think the conscience comes from? I think, if you want to indulge me in my spiritual woo-woo beliefs here, I think the conscience comes from the lessons of many lifetimes. Um, and you could say from a secular perspective, it comes from your, ancestor, your generations of, DNA and cultural traditions and upbringing. And that's all true as well, right? Like our upbringing does have a great effect on our conscience. But I do believe our conscience becomes more and more clear as we become more kind of spiritually attuned or more mindfully aware of how our mind works and our body signals for yeah, our body gives us signals for, well, some say that someone please comment below if you know about this, but apparently your gut has more, is it neurons than your brain does or something like that. But anyway, the gut is at least a second brain. Some people say we have three brains, right? The this one in here, the heart and the gut. And so our body mind system is part of how the conscience speaks to us. And the conscience, I do believe, if we want to go in the more spiritual realm, is sort of like our soul's lessons from multiple lifetimes to say, oh, yes, in the earlier lifetime, I did this and it had a bad effect. And I hope I don't do that again. I hope I don't make that mistake again. It's kind of like I always liken, the simulation. I really love the simulation theory idea of life. And it's like a video game. We're playing this video game and we played this video game many times. And it's like, oh my God, last time I jumped too early and I fell into the, cliff. I fell into the crevice. I died. Okay, all right, let's try again. And this time you have this instinct not to jump too early or not to jump too late or something like that. And I think that's what the conscience does. Oh, last time I ate this mushroom and I died. Okay, this time the conscience says, hey, maybe don't eat that, or, and so the conscience protects us not only from physical actions that produce physical harm, but also social actions that produce social harm, emotional harm, and of course, spiritual actions that produce soul corruption, you might say, or a blemish on our like something that's like anti-virtue. It's like, yeah, your soul's not going to like this if you go down this pathway, right? And so our conscience also, I believe, is a conduit for our spirit guides whispering to us, um, because our spirit guides want to respect our sovereignty, our free will. Um, like most of us, certainly me, don't have like little spirit guide physically talking to us. We can hear their voice. Don't turn left, or don't say that to this person or something like that. All we do is like we get the sense that maybe this is not a good decision, or maybe this is a good, maybe we should do this, like this impulse. The conscience is not just to tell us what not to do, which often it does, because telling us what not to do is, I think, a more gentle way of guiding our free will than do this, do that, do this. Then we don't have free will. If the spirit is just saying, yeah, just step one to 85 today, these are exactly what you should do, then there's no free will. But if the spirit says, don't do that, then we still have many options of what to do, right? Oh, don't do that. Okay, well, still have three more options, and I get to decide and learn from the experience, and therefore add to my conscience for this life and a future life as well. And so I think our guardian protectors are whispering to us all the time, with especially, be careful, don't do this. That maybe that wasn't a good decision, was it? Like reflection as well. Like, no, notice how you felt. Like when you do something and you feel something in your body, like, yeah, you feel some guilt, right? You feel some shame. Now, of course, guilt and shame can also be overreactions based on our psychology and our trauma and our authoritarian upbringing or something like that, which is why it's tricky, right? And I think it takes this partnership between psychological health and spiritual health to relate healthily to the conscience, where it's like you don't feel guilty for everything you do. It's like something's off with the relationship to the conscience, versus when you do feel guilty, it's not, guilt is not all bad. Shame is not all bad, right? Like I feel like in our culture today, we have shame. We shame and we shame guilt. It's like, no, not, it's not all bad. It's how you relate to it. Like there's a quiet guilt, quiet shame when I do something that's like, yeah, that wasn't the most loving thing to do, right? And it's like I can learn from that. I don't have to like, oh, like, and like be traumatized and like, not be able to do anything. But it's, I can be like, yeah, okay. Yeah, I see how in the future, maybe saying it this way or doing this will make the other person feel more loved, feel, more uplifted, feel more courageous, feel better. You know what I mean? Like, so I am learning that to like listen to the guilt, the shame, um the wrongdoing, basically, be aware of that, to be softly aware of that without overreacting to it. I think that's the key. And it's like, okay, yes. And yet, I think our protector spirits are incredibly, I mean, they have to be a billion% patient with us. Like otherwise they would have bailed already. Like they would have bailed at, year, month two in our life. I'm like, can't believe you're doing that. Right. But they're, unconditional love, I think, is what our protector spirits bring to us. And I think we can learn from that. It's like our protective spirits are always forgiving, always forgiving, always forgiving, and encouraging us to always forgive ourselves, not so that we can keep doing bad, wrongdoing, but we can be more calmly relating to guilt, shame, to say, okay, let me adjust my actions towards more wholeness and well-being and um, upliftment for all, right? And so I think this sort of balanced, soft, and loving relationship with our protector, again, I think that, to me, the biggest understanding of protector spirits is the conscience, because I do believe that ultimately our actions and our words have the biggest protector effect in our life. Rather, I guess I take on, I guess I maybe I want to caution against kind of almost like a victim or passive role when it comes to the protector guardians. Like, all right, protector, protect me today from whatever bad stuff, and then right? No, it's like, no, the protector is whispering to you of what to do, because you still have sovereignty and free will. Like ultimately, your choices have the biggest protector effect on your life. I mean, literally, physically, like if you don't, jump off a cliff, you literally protect yourself from dying. Versus also, if you don't say something, um, mean to someone or insensitive to someone, if you don't do that, and but instead say something that is creates safe space for them or creates a feeling of love for them, that also protects you socially, right? Because then that person is going to treat you no more likely to reciprocate with more safety and love as well. And so anyway, so that those are kind of my brief thoughts on this. Um, I'm really curious now to complete this video, how what you're going to do with this. The document has some suggestions of actual, daily or weekly actions to take to create more of that relationship with the protector energies. So I'm curious, do you already do something to communicate with your guardian angels, um, with the protector side of your higher self? Um, I feel like I need to, mm, I want to say institute or habituate. Like I need to think through this myself. Like, what do I do? Because all I know right now is the sense of right and wrong and trying to do more of what's right. Right. That's all. But I think there are maybe some rituals that I can take on, some actions. So I myself am going to be reviewing the document to see what I can take on. So I look forward to seeing what you got out of this, what resonated with you from the document, and what you're going to be doing. Maybe strengthening some habits that you had forgotten, or taking on something new, or changing something that you're doing right now. So I look forward to seeing your comments.